package in the mail, MSX games from Japan. Collecting without fail those shoot 'em ups, that's the plan. He doesn't just collect them, he also codes them too. Join us and we'll go on electric adventures with you.
Hey YouTube, Electric Adventures here with my channel update for September 2020. The months are rolling by. There's a little bit of a hint about one of my pickups is this month going in the background. So let's address the elephant in the room. Yes, I bought a 3D printer. It is an ANET A8 Plus. It's got a 300 by 300 bed. It was actually way cheaper than I was expecting. I was actually buying something else, ordering something else, which is I'm going to show you in a minute. And that popped up and I went, well, that's a pretty good price, I might as well grab it. So it was only 368 Australian dollars delivered all the way from, I believe, Hong Kong. I've probably had it 2 weeks now, but the PLA, which is you can see the blue reel of PLA, that one I ordered from Hong Kong and I found a local supplier that's actually way cheaper. All arrived only earlier in the week, so I haven't really had a chance to have a play with that sort of stuff, but it does a pretty good job. So I have a an early print here using the PLA that came with it. So this is getting everything right. It is not perfect. I have done some more adjustments and this is the very first print with the blue PLA you can see in the background, and it's much better. And the first thing I'm doing now, so I'm actually printing now, is a better fan head. So this is what you do when you get a 3D printer, you start improving the 3D printer. And the next thing I'm going to print are some different feed gears, because at the moment the current ones are smooth and they end up with these little what's the best way to do it? I'm probably not going to measure up because this is actually a way better printer than I had before, but you get little styration marks and that's supposed to reduce that. But I'm still playing with it and setting it up. So why did I get a 3D printer? Well, obviously to play with it, of course. That's the thing. I'll probably print quite a few sci-fi ships and Daleks and things like that as well. But also it means the original reason I was looking into it is my good friend in New Zealand is also building the Amiga MSX machine, has designed a printable 3D case for the Amiga. Now it does require a few components to put together, but he's done a very good job. He's actually finished his test prints and he's just working on refining it to make it that little bit better. Now he is extending his own 3D printer to make the quality better. So there is that. That's quite a big print, and I do want to print myself a case for the Amiga computer when I get it to that stage. But also I should be able to print cartridge shells. And the main ones that we're looking at here, I mean, I do have a stock of MSX cartridge shells, but they won't last forever. We'll come up with quite a decent, custom design that'll make them look special for MSX, and more importantly for the original Spectravideo. I'm lucky to have like half a dozen cartridge shells, and that's all. There's nowhere else to get them from, so I'm going to try and make a proper cartridge shell for the original Spectravideo, because there are a few people who would like my games, and I just like to be able to make cartridge games for the original Spectravideo, because that was obviously the machine that I very first started out on. So it's purely self-interest and hobby, and it's quite an interesting thing. I do hope the squeaking and fan noise in the background isn't going to interrupt this video, but I thought it'd be interesting to have on in the background. It does take a long time to print things, but that's this printer is supposed to be fairly fast as well, and you can speed it up by putting in a different set of rails. So I'll look at doing that at some stage. But yeah, very pleased with it so far. Probably haven't really properly played with it, or I printed this just before this video with that new PLA, and now I'm trying that fan print. So that's quite literally, it's the first couple of prints really, and we'll see how we go. the sample, this PLA that's coming was print cubes, but you print anything bigger and it was getting stuck all the time. I don't know whether that was the PLA or I've still got more things to adjust. But these things you have to play with. And I do have it sitting on the pool table there. I probably will need to get a nice solid floor tile and put it on it at some stage just to get rid of those vibrations. But all good things to play with. So next, and this is, I had very little pickups last month, but I've actually got quite a few things. Another thing was I went to play my Saturn, and I hadn't actually played it for a little while. I have a Japanese Saturn that was actually a repaired one that I bought off Luke Morse over in Japan ages ago. Used it on a semi-regular basis, turned it on, and it won't read discs at all. Not even in the slightest. So the light comes on, but nobody's home. And I thought, oh, I'm going to have to get a laser kit for it. And having a bit of a look around, a couple of Saturns popped up in Japan, and I thought, well, for that price, I might as well get a spare unit. So I got a spare unit, and it actually came in a box. My original one didn't have a box. The box is in pretty rough shape. But it actually has a box compared to my original one, and the unit was pretty disgustingly dirty. I have cleaned it up and it's in my thing there. Here's my original one. My original one wasn't too bad. This is my original unit, and I will get a laser for that at some stage and repair it, but it was just more convenient to do this. So in this we have another matching controller, we have a full set of leads and things like that, and I wasn't particularly paying, and it's got the manual and everything like that as well. I wasn't particularly paying attention, and it actually had 3 games in it as well. Now they're fairly obscure ones. This one doesn't even have English on the other thing, so it looks like some sort of, well, there's the front cover. So I don't even know the titles of these yet. Some sort of a card tarot reading maybe game, at a guess. Who knows? The next one's quite recognisable. It's Theme Park. So that one's, I mean, I'll have a little bit of kanji text in it, but that one's probably perfectly playable. Nothing wrong with that one. So Shin Theme Park. And this last one also looks like another puzzle game. Got lots of characters on the front. Or it could just be characters things, I'm not really sure. So I haven't tried these yet. I really haven't had a lot of time in the game room in the last little while. I mentioned in the last video I started a new job, so I have been very much focusing on that. I've been enjoying it and settling in nicely. And I suppose I've just got, you know, this is the reason why I got lots of pickup this month, is I've just got stuff that finally showed up. Now another thing that I did actually order last month and get last month, because I got a couple of the new Vectrex cartridges. So I got the Vector Patrol and Vector Pilot, both really good games, except I'm absolutely rubbish at playing them using the normal Vectrex controller. And I thought, oh, I really would like to build an arcade stick, but that's a project for another time. And then I found this adapter. Sorry, I'm just going to plug it from my Vectrex. I should have done that before the video. That would have been smart planning. Well, it's most certainly got a strong... Right. So, the unit is called a Evacade. And there's a button swap switch and an auto fire switch, which currently are both turned off. And it's for Mega Drive controllers. So, but I don't have a normal Mega Drive pack because my hands aren't very good with that. I actually have been using the Sega arcade stick, which is, it's not a micro switch stick, but it is still quite a decent stick, and it's got its own auto fire built in. Not that I've used it for that. And I've played Vector Patrol quite a bit more, and fantastic game, by the way. Absolutely fantastic game. I've been really enjoying it, and enjoying it so much more now that I have a proper arcade stick. I actually need to go back and put Vector Pilot back in and give it another try with this controller. But this has made all the difference to me being, and you know, enjoying playing those new games for the Vectrex, and it'll probably make me go back and play some of the other ones as well, because I've always loved the Vectrex. But all those going back on my channel, I have had some issues with my hands in the past, and my hands are more suited to arcade controls than they are gamepads, and the using the little Vectrex controller can get very cramped. So very pleased with that one and highly recommended. That was actually from a place in Australia. Just search it up, you'll find it, and that was very good. It was also Father's Day. I got the usual very nice Father's Day things. I got a nice multi-tool, pop a picture up there. I also got a Lego space station, which I had great fun building. Once again, pop a picture up there. Yeah, really enjoyed that. The first piece of Lego I've built for a while. I don't get that much Lego. It's not something that I collect anymore. But I still do enjoy the occasional piece, and I'm a bit of a space nut, so the space station and Lego was a very good match. It was way bigger than I was expecting. I do actually want to do a bit of tidying up in here and get a better display area for the Lego that I do have. But yeah, I'll get to that eventually. And also another very important thing, the Retro Gamer magazine. I did mention this when it happened, but it was all digital. But I finally got the physical copy of issue 207, which was the last one I was missing from our lovely COVID postage restrictions. And obviously most important, other than the 40th anniversary of Pac-Man, which is extremely important, and very proud to be in the same magazine as that. And there we go, there's a full 2-page spread of Electric Adventures, and a bit of a look at my collection, and mainly focusing on my MSX stuff, of course, because that's my main passion. So I finally have the real issue in my hands. Already read it ages ago, of course, because I got it electronic. Yeah, no, very pleased with that. So, another pickup. So, this is the original thing I was ordering, because I'd saved up enough money from all the extra work I've been doing while we're in this COVID situation. So when I was basically half furloughed from my previous job, I was doing contracting to make up some of the other money, and some of that continued, and so I spent some of that on gear that I needed. And one of the things I've been after for a while, and I sadly haven't even taken it out of the box yet, is a proper desolder station. So I have a really good soldering station with an air gun, but they're two separate things. So you've got the air gun for heating and flowing, and you've got the really good soldering on for soldering. But if you want to desolder something safely, this is a special gun, so you can heat it up just as accurately as you can my good soldering thing, but it has a vacuum pump built in to the actual tip, so you can heat up and suck the solder away with one hand and in one action, so you can hold the thing steady and do that, and that way you're less likely to lift a track or overheat a component. So one of the very first things I want to do, and I've been wanting to do this for ages, is the good old Bosconian machine back there, which I know you can't see well in the videos because of the light shining right on the glass. I have a high score saver for that, but the CPU is soldered to the motherboard, and there was no way I was going to try and desolder that using normal techniques. I will of course try this and get good at this on something else. I have a number of other circuit boards that I need to see if I can try and fix, so I'll try it out on those first. But I'm very excited to have this. I've wanted one for quite some time. This one's supposed to be okay. But as I said, I haven't even taken it out of the box or tried it yet. Alright, so I do have one more pickup, but I didn't get it out before I came here, so we'll have a slight cut for that one. Right, so the other pickup is sitting up here on the shelf. It's none other than an Evacade premium pack, and that's the all-in edition. So this one came in the box with Atari Collection 1, Interplay Collection 1 and Namco Collection 1, but it also came with Data East Collection 1, Atari Collection 2, Namco Collection 2, sorry, hold the camera still, Interplay Collection 2, Mega Cat Studios Collection 1, Pico Interactive Collection 1, and Techno's Collection 1. Now you can see a lot of these have got the plastic on them still. I've been playing the original 3 in there, and I got out the Atari Collection 2 the other day, and I'll probably move on to the Namco Museum Collection 2. You know, like it very intended, I'm just discovering and enjoying each cartridge as I go. I actually quite like the unit. I said I'm not going to do a full review, there's heaps of videos out there. It's actually not a bad little handheld. I've actually found that I've been carrying it around on those times when I have been stuck going to a couple of places recently, and it's worked quite well. The games on it, I mean, a lot of them are the NES versions, so they're nothing special. I've probably been playing the Atari games more than anything, and especially the Atari 7800 titles that are on the Atari collections. They're actually especially good games, some of those. So I've been getting my entertainment out of it and enjoying it. So it's good so far. I'm actually really looking forward to the 2 Lynx collections. I've ordered those. I haven't ordered any of the others yet. I'm going to wait and see. I want to make sure that I've played all of these, getting enjoyment out of them, and then wait till I get the Lynx collections and you know, get some enjoyment out of those, and then I might get those other things. So I'm trying not to just get every title just for collecting things. I'm not really into that anymore. I really only want to get stuff that I am playing. Alright, back to me. Okay, so that's all the pickups. Other little tidbits of news to finish this video off. We have my book, Programming Games for the ColecoVision and Adam in Assembler. It's been out on Kindle for a while, Kindle edition, but we're about to print the print edition. There's obviously still time. It will be kept in stock, so you can order it whenever you like, but the actual it'll be going to press in the next few weeks and be mailed out by the end of this month, that being end of October. So it's very exciting that the physical edition of my book is just about ready to come out. I am getting as many as we can. We're just working out boxes. Freight is just terrible to organise and try and get around at the moment. I am going to get a few copies sent to myself, and then I will make some signed copies available. They will be more expensive, of course, because I've had to pay freight to get them over here, and then of course I've got to freight each one from here in Australia out, which is one of the reasons why I didn't print the book in Australia, because the postage costs would turn everybody off. Whereas Cody Games, not only do they do a great job of printing books, but they have a lovely, they're right in the middle of things, and they've got a lovely flat rate 10 US carton anywhere in the world tracked, which, you know, will get everywhere in a reasonable amount of time. So really looking forward to that. Also, and I've done a video specifically on that. Also another one I did a video on just the other day was Cavern Fighter. I have completely finished that. It's all tested. Thank you very much to all the beta testers who helped me out on that one. So I've sent the final version off. Just waiting on the last little bits and pieces of the box and the manual to be put together, and then it'll go up for pre-order on the ColecoVision website. I'll do another video when that is actually up there, so you guys know, but it's very close now. It's great to have that game finished and sent off. And another reason why 3D printer, I will be making an MSX and a Spectravideo version of that game, because they were the computers it was written for in the first place. So I'm going to backport the new, the new fully tested version for the Coleco back to them, so you'll get all the new features and stuff that I've added to it. And so I really am enjoying, making progress on my homebrew titles nowadays. And that one was very important because I started it 30 years ago, and finally it's going to go out to you guys out there to enjoy. And it's a very satisfying thing to, finally be able to release that title. And the next one, I haven't been in order, Berserk. I fixed another couple of bugs in that, so that's gone off for a bit more beta testing. I do have some known bugs I've got to fix in it yet, so it is getting very close, and so it won't be long before that one will be available for order as well. We'll give everybody lots of notice, because that one is definitely arrangement with the license is going to be very limited in copies. And the last thing, so those things are mostly off my plate. I'm not going to be working on Berserk for another couple of weeks. I'm going to be totally focusing on Sydney Hunter and the Caverns of Death for the original Nintendo, which I haven't touched for a while because I'm busy with other things and yes, just life and everything like that. But now that I've got a few things cleared off my plate, I can totally focus on it. It was an extension like stretch goal thing on one of ColecoVision's Kickstarters ages ago. It's also been in development for a very long time, but it is trying to get a Super Nintendo game running in the Nintendo, so there has been some challenges along the way, but it's actually progressing really well, and I'm back on and focus on it. So that's what I'm enjoying and looking at the moment. Other than that, I haven't actually been playing many games other than playing the odd game on my arcade machines. It's actually, I said to my friends recently, it's amazing how as soon as you put a high score saver in a machine, your scores go to all hell. So I haven't actually beaten neither on Tutankhamun or Time Pilot my previous high scores since I put the high score saver in, which is very sad. Now I do have some arcade machines playing up. The Choplifter screen chassis has gone, so I've got to rebuild that. The Tutankhamun, when it warms up, loses brightness, so there's something wrong with that monitor chassis as well. So I'm just doing a bit of work, and then I'll have to get back and do a lot of arcade game fixing. I also did get a couple more arcade power supplies as well, so if there's any power supply issues I'm sorted, but I think I've definitely got a list of monitor chassis repairs that I need to get into. I'm going to try and do at least one myself, and that once I get over that hump I'll be out, because I've got the Galaxian cocktail cabinet as well, and that needs its chassis done. So I'm on, and with the desolder station I should be able to take the existing components out without ruining things and just get into a bit of a rhythm and do a complete cap replacement on those monitor chassis and fix them. So I definitely should have the ability to do it. I just got to get there and do it. But these things take time, and we all have real life and things and families and now grandchildren to look after and things. Alright, so hope everybody out there has been staying safe and enjoying their retro games and their retro collecting, hopefully I'll have another video up soon for you guys. Alright, I'm Electric Adventures, thanks to all my subscribers, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.